The year is 1968. This is the Dean Martin Show, aired on television.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Backwards.
Okay, Professor Backwards. Now there's something to this backwards stuff, and I don't profess to hold all the answers about it. However, I use this concept for my other channel called War Backwards is Raw. So if you take the word war, W-A-R, spell it backwards, R-A-W, Ra. Ra sounds like the Egyptian god, R-A, Ra. So there's basically no difference between R-A-W and R-A, Ra. And of course, war is a deception of the devil, or Ra. But we're going to explore this in this video. This is Professor Backwards, aired in 1968. Okay, notice he did touch his nose, so he realizes he's a liar. He's a Pinocchio liar.
Heard of the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech? Well, I want you to meet the total loss from Holy Cross. You know, Dean, I'm a Southerner from Jacksonville, Florida, and tonight I want to do the whole entire English language backwards. The 250,000 words in our English language. 250,000. That's 200 and... That's a lot of words.
A lot of words there, yes.
And tonight I want these people to call some of those words, and I'll try to spell them backwards, pronounce them backwards, take them on the letters and put them on the board, but no proper name. Fred, take a girl's name Annie, like Annie Rooney. You can spell that 3 different ways. Well, take Martin here. His name backward is Nitram.
Okay, his name backwards is Nitram, Martin, M-A-R-T-I-N. That would be N-I-T-R-A-M. Okay, Nitram. So whenever there's ram in the name or the show or appears in the story, that's one of the code words. And I'd like to give credit to the channel called Jurassic Liars. Jurassic Liars. And this gentleman here on this channel has discovered code words, whether they're forwards or backwards. So I'd like to acknowledge his contribution to the search for truth and the ways in which we have been deceived.
So let's get a word to start off. Some word, no proper names. Some word, please.
Incomprehensibility.
Incomprehensibility. Hey, Nitram. What? This act's over.
Alright, we just started.
It has 19 letters. Y-T-I-L-I-B-I-S-N-E-H-E-L-P-M-O-C-N-I. You pronounce it backwards. Y-T-L-U-B-I-S-N-E, makni. Y-T-L-Y-T-I, live, L-I-B, live, is-I-S-is, nay, N-E-H, nay, E-R-P, mock, M-O-C, mock, ne, N-I, ne, Y-T-L-U-B-I-S-N-E, makni, right?
Okay, notice the word is incomprehensibility. It's kind of like sort of a pun on all of us who absolutely think this probably could be total nonsense. And these individuals have been practicing the occult for years. And so they know what releases power in the world of the occult. Now the word occult just simply means unseen. And they are tapping into the unseen powers, which are powers and principalities and demons and evil spirits, unclean spirits, the whole invisible world they are friends with, so to speak. Well, they think they're friends, but ultimately the judgment comes.
Now let's get another word on this side. What's the word?
Ethnocentric.
Oh, back over here. Ethnocentric. Ethnocentric. No. That'd be S-C-R-A-T-N-E-O-C-D. You pronounce it back as Skinnert, Osney. Right? Right. Let's get a long word.
Hypertension.
Hypertension. Thank you. N-O-I-S-N-E-T-R-E-P-Y. You pronounce it back as no is net, repeat. No is net. Is is ret, R-E-T, ret, and that'd be Y-H. That'd be hypertension. You'll make hypertension. Long word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay, I think he just made a mistake there in his own skit because the last word should be an H.
Just the word.
Last letter.
Ram. There's a guy to go to burlesque show and how to put it on.
Yeah.
Once again, he's taken this so-called law of the backwards and applying it and saying in a burlesque show, the guy would be telling people to put the clothes on.
Hey, I got one you can't spell backwards.
What is that?
Level.
That's it. Give me the chop.
Right.
Okay, notice he wrote the letters backwards, okay? And what's interesting about the word level is if you write it forward or backwards, you still come up with the word level. Now this could be a pun on the fact that the earth on which we live is basically level. And most on the YouTube will talk about a flat plane. Well, let's just use the word level. Now, you can take some dirt or some land and make a little mound or make a hill or make a mountain. Or you can take a shovel and dig a few scoops and make a little indentation or a little valley. So you have some earth piled up to make hills and mountains, and you have some earth dug up to make some depressions and to make some valleys. But basically speaking, the earth is level. And they know it. And that's why maybe this word was selected.
Hey, you know, Netram, since you've got
Netram, I love that.
N-I-T-R-A-M, since you've got such a great show, tonight I'd like to do something never been done on television before. I would like to write two different words backwards at the same time. To do this, I'd like to get two long-name states. Two long-name states. Massachusetts. And Mississippi. You made a powerful friend, buddy. You want the river or the state? Mississippi's out of a P, out of a S, out of a S, out of a S, I am. You pronounce it backward, ism. Careful with that one.
I know that.
And Massachusetts, that's W-T-E-S-U-A-C-A-S-S-A-M. You pronounce it backwards. Subtest, you Cassim. Now.
Okay, so let me get my little plug in here on some of the terms or some of the words that I know before the world that you can use and turn them backwards. So for example, the canal was named Suez Canal. Suez Canal. Well, take that word Suez and take the letters and reverse the letters and you come up with Zeus. Zeus, the false god. So the whole canal was dedicated to Zeus. Now let's take Oprah. Oprah is a big star, right? On television and movies, etc., etc. Take her name, Oprah, or actually his name, and spell it backwards, and you have Harpo. And we go back to the Marx Brothers. Now, why? I don't know. Maybe it's the same spirit that possessed Harpo. Marx is in Oprah. I don't know. But you can come up with some ideas, and I'd like to see them. List them. List them in the comments below of things that you know that have this backwards nature to it and convey some type of significance in this crazy reversed world that we live in.
You Cassim? You Cassim. Now, I'd like to go to board and write them both backwards at the same time. I'd like to see this myself. 1 foot. Take the first 2 letters off, jump every other letter for Massachusetts. That's Massachusetts. Every other letter, Mississippi. That's Mississippi. That's both of them back at the same time.
Aha! You got a handshake there. Let's go backwards. We're taking a look at the handshake. We just went backwards. Okay, let's go forwards. Aha! See that compression of the thumb on, I believe, the 3rd knuckle. And that's one of your Masonic handshakes to convey information about their support in the club and their joining the club and what rank they are, etc., etc. I don't have all the information about the secret handshakes, but anyhow, you can look that up somewhere else. So, backwards has power, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I wanted to show you that the people that live and work with the Cabal system must tell the public. Otherwise, their powers are void. So, this is an attempt to tell the public the power of backwards, and it was done again in 1968. I'd like to point you to the one that will give you the truth forwards, and you don't need to do anything backwards, and that is God. God, the true God, revealed himself in his Son, the Lord Jesus, and Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Just trust in the Lord Jesus and trust in his word, and you don't have to indulge in any of this nonsense or any of these secretive powers. You will know his power, the power of salvation in your life. To Jesus Christ be praise, honor, and glory. Thank you for watching.